government budget cut. France ends a 65-year military presence in Senegal. Tato Khosimori will join us later on our sport desk. It's episode scholars interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now in our first story, the government is currently in advanced discussions with foreign embassies and multinational corporations to expand opportunities for skills development through international internship placements. This was revealed by the Ministry of Labour and Home Affairs today, a consultative meeting with close to 2,000 interns gathered in Gaborone. The move is part of a broader strategy to align Botswana's internship program with global industry standards while addressing the growing demand for practical hands-on experience among graduates. Kelekeletse Somalekai reports.
The internship program remains critical as a platform that enhances the employability of graduates by sharpening their skills, contributing to their personal growth, and granting them the opportunity to participate in the economy. In recent developments, the government is looking to enhance the program by allowing graduates to undergo their job capacitation in international companies and organizations. This aims to expose young people to the new global skills for training and localization.
We are negotiating with international companies outside the country who are prepared to say,
I have heard all your grievances and acknowledge the unfairness you are frequently faced with. We will make sure our guidelines are reviewed to cater for your welfare.
People who can go and work for them. That is an opportunity which we are opening for each one of you.
However, challenges that leave current interns disgruntled still persist in many host organizations.
E be re hantse ke bereka be go tswa post be go tsangwa motho a hirwe through HRDC ke le teng ha ke bereka ke le mo posting ga ba tla go tsena a be nna officera 2 years wana ba wela lapsa ke be ke boela go lapeng ke a go nna unemployed gape
re ntse re se full time employees re dira tiro ya mmereki le go heta re dira tiro ya mmereki le go heta mo mmereki ya kgona go tsaya 6 weeks. That's a month and a half. Also, we are in debt because we don't have enough money to sustain ourselves. But you find it okay, you find it okay not to communicate. We find ourselves having to purchase airtime really late and halara.
In his address, Minister Mokhwari acknowledged the challenges faced by the young people and assured them that his ministry will take necessary steps to find solutions.
The host le bona re kwale dio tse di nnete mo mopana ne di kwadilwe di le teng mo ka se ha re ka motswara ona le confusion ga di bone sentle.
The intern officers were, however, urged to carry out their duties with dedication and to leverage in all the opportunities created by these skills they acquire in their respective organizations. Kelekelezwe Somolegai, PTV News, Gaborone.
Khosi Mosadi Siboko of Balete has called on the Khosi to serve as moral beacons and custodians of culture within their communities. Speaking at the official unveiling of the Muyabana Kotla shelter, Khosi Siboko emphasized the critical role traditional leaders play in shaping societal values. She further implored traditional leaders to refrain from engaging in gender-based violence, warning that such actions undermine the credibility and the integrity of Bohosi. Khwisi again with the report.
The construction of this shelter began in 2018 after the residents decided to facelift their village without having to rely on government. As such, Khosi Siboko has urged village leadership to showcase the spirit of leadership and do away with issues that demean Bohosi by focusing on leading their community. Let us be the reflection of those whom we are leading so that they can copy what we are practicing. Let us not preach something good there after we do the opposite of what we were saying.
Di toka go emelwa ka dinao ga batwa molemo o ka dialagang.
Family breakups are a concern. We don't know where it has gone wrong because marriages were meant for building peaceful families, as majority of people take it as business nowadays. Some of the stakeholders who took part in ensuring the construction of the shelter shared their insights regarding it. At first, we intended to raise money as the community, but after benchmarking on Kotla shelter from Matlakola, we submitted our request to the council and it helped us through CCP model.
Re ne re rotloetsa thata re le council gore kompone e ha re direla ka go e ka kwano ye ba hire bana.
As the council, we urged the company that constructed the shelter to prioritize hiring locals.
Kana ke re bo ha director wa kompone ne bo sa re swabise.
Bo thokwa thata gore jaanong re le marara le dikgosi re re toetse merahe ya rona gore
it is important for the Khosi to encourage their people to resuscitate the spirit of Ipelegeng and stop relying too much on the government. The community was urged to ensure that the shelter is taken care of, as it is where the village consultations are held. BTV News, Muyabana.
The Northwest District Council has announced the temporary suspension of eggs and jam from the school feeding program, citing fiscal constraints and broader drive to curb expenditure. According to the chairperson, Mr. Itumeleng Kilebetseng, the decision is part of a cost-cutting measure aimed at reducing the school feeding budget by 42%, slashing it from 2.6 million pula to 1.1 million pula. Maratha Kaisara reports.
Upon realizing that the country's economy was not doing well, government instructed all its departments to reconsider their spending expenditure in an effort to save the little that is available. This has forced the Northwest District Council in Maung to prioritize on some of its spending, including cutting down of food items given to schools. As NWDC, after completing our financial analysis, we decided to stop hand-stamping personnel in primary schools. We also decided to suspend some supplementary foodstuffs such as jam, eggs and fruits. We have been withholding some people like Ipelegeng staff payments, but I believe by the end of this month we would have paid them.
Le mild fruits but what all ba Ipelegeng dumela gore nna ntse le ba ka sa ba duele because of one table amadi but dumela rona ke gore by the end of this month ta be re duetse batho ba go nna yalo.
Some journalists further asked for clarity on some issues. You said by the end of this month you would have paid back the people you owe. My question is, where would you have got these finances? Compliance inspections have been underway in some areas, particularly in supermarkets, but it's like you are quiet about it. In other issues, Council has promised to pay outstanding payment for some employees and contractors by the end of this month. Our Ipelegeng wage bill per month amounts to about 5.5 million pula, but we received about 5.6 million pula that will enable us to pay 1 month of delayed payments. We call business owners. Initially, we call them for workshops to show them what is expected of them. But the Bylaw Department, in collaboration with other government departments, are conducting inspections. Despite the country's slow, sluggish economic growth, the NWDC say they are undertaking some developmental projects, including constructions of some internal roads in Boseja South, Moeti East and Tanakona areas. Mareta Kaisara, BTV News, Maung.
You're still watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now, moving on. Botswana Congress Party Youth League has promised to help find solutions to challenges facing the youth once the party takes power in 2029. This was revealed by the newly elected president of the BCP Youth League, Mr. Tebogo June, during a press briefing in Gaborone, where the newly elected Youth League was formally introduced. Monica Siswaila.
The newly elected BCP Youth League is already at work to map a way forward on what they intend to do should the BCP assume power in the next cycle of general elections. With the current challenges facing young people, such as unemployment, difficulties in breaking through to better opportunities, and the high cost of living, the Youth League is of the view that the BCP is the right party to help address these challenges.
We'll also tackle urgent youth issues, including access to education, unemployment, social support. We are going to open a social support center, and we are going to be champions and advocates for the National Youth Parliament. We will strive for the Youth National Parliament to be implemented in Botswana.
We acknowledge increment ya TVET, and we applaud that. We are asking a question, what about the broader education system? Because currently, before Okatsana go tertiary, was like a basic education.
As government is grappling with budget deficit, the committee called on the ruling party to cut on expenditure and also be vigilant to avoid appointing or giving out jobs and opportunities to close associates. Another issue is that the president should consider reviewing the number of the delegation he travels with around the world. At some point, 50% of the cabinet travel to different countries, but even up to now, there is no tangible results from the trips they undertook.
To this day, tangible.
We'll be demanding a social contract. You promised us. We need those jobs. We need those 4,000 pula living wages. We need those 300 pula maternity allowances. We need them. You promised us. Don't give us an excuse.
The BCP Youth League further called on the media to not shy away from holding the government of the day accountable to deliver on the promises made during the 2024 general elections. Monica Siswaila, BTV News, Gaborone.
In a bid to promote academic excellence and real-world application of knowledge, the Botswana Social Studies Association hosted virtual awards for outstanding secondary school learners across the country. Social studies, a subject that continues to shape young minds for civic engagement and national development, has a pivotal role to play as Botswana transforms its education system towards a more vocational and skills-oriented model. Mamusi Siska with more.
The awards celebrated learners who excelled in social studies topics, a subject that goes beyond classroom to instill values of patriotism, social responsibility and critical thinking, all essential for navigating the complexities of today's world.
Family level, we are teaching learners their responsibilities and what should they expect from their parents, from family level. And also to the community level, or what should they expect and how are they supposed to behave towards the community. And also topics like youth empowerment, you are trying to make them that it's not only about learning all the time. They can have their own business or start their own businesses.
As Botswana transforms its education system towards a more vocational and skill-oriented model, social studies empower students with soft skills such as collaboration, communication and decision-making, all critical in the 21st century workplace.
Subjects like social studies build civic awareness and a sense of justice, both of which are critical in creating a safe and inclusive society. Let us use education to bridge knowledge and action, to create young leaders who can think critically, speak boldly, and lead safely.
The visual platform enabled participation from schools in remote areas, a reflection of Botswana's growing integration of digital learning tools in mainstream education.
It's my first time getting this competition. It was a very good experience for me because I got a chance to strengthen my ability to speak in public, because public speaking is not for everyone, honestly. You need to
bana ba rona ba motivatilwe ke fe yone e leng gore ne le la ntlha re tsenelela last year be ba bona dimpho tse leng gore bana ba bangwe ba ne ba batla ka tsone ka gore le last year na ra khona go tsa dimphonyana tse di mmalwanyana le ha re ne re sa tsa position 1 tse dintsi as compared to today.
The awards were initiated in 2009 through a partnership with NVA. In 2021, Gaborone University College of Professional Studies joined the initiative to further strengthen its impact on shaping human interactions, which continue to be central to national development. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Silibe Pikwe.
Raikops Police Station Inspector Dexon Magede says they have started operations in Raikops and surrounding areas to sensitize residents and road users about safety during the President's holidays.
As people started to travel for the President's holidays on Friday, Raikops police have commenced patrols and roadblocks in their policing area to sensitize motorists and residents to celebrate the holidays safely. However, Inspector Magede says so far they have not registered any offense.
Mo malatsing a boitapoloso jwa ga tautona re ipakantse re tsamaya go.
In these President's holidays, we are prepared as we have started patrols in Raikops and surrounding villages to sensitize residents to stay safe. So far, we have not registered any offense, and we will continue sensitizing people to enjoy the holidays responsibly. Meanwhile, Letlhakane police advised the public to desist from drinking and driving, which is one of the main causes of road accidents.
Re tabore le konte gongwe le gongwe re tabore le ko dishabini kwa re ta thodumela gore bo radishabini.
We are ready to do our operations like conducting patrols at alcohol drinking spots and ensure they comply with the law. I want to appeal to Botswana to stop drinking and driving because it is one of the main causes of road accidents, which often leads to road fatalities.
Go kgwetsa banole gone mo ke gone mo eleng gore o ithala go baka dikotsi tse eleng gore ra go iphithela bangwe ba gobetse bangwe ba lathegetswe ke matshelo.
Inspector Magede implored motorists and the general public to cooperate with the police and continue enjoying the holidays responsibly. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News.
Now in news further afield, we start in Senegal. France has formally handed back its last 2 military bases in Senegal, leaving Paris with no permanent army camps in either West or Central Africa. The pull-out ends the French army's 65 years in independent Senegal and follows similar withdrawals across the continent, with former colonies increasingly turning their backs on former rulers. France returned Camp Gailly, its largest base in the West African country, and its airfield at Dakar Airport in a ceremony attended by top French and Senegalese officials. Around 350 French soldiers, primarily tasked with conducting joint operations with the Senegalese army, are now leaving, marking the end of a 3-month departure process that began in March. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye, whom upon assuming the presidential seat, demanded that France withdraw troops from the country by 2025. Now, in Cameroon, a fierce critic of Cameroon's long-running president, Paul Biya, has officially submitted his candidacy for the October presidential vote. Maurice Kamto, who came second to Biya in the 2018 election, will stand for the African Movement for New Independence and Democracy. Kamto previously stood for the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, but resigned to join Manidem. Biya, who is 92, is seeking an 8th term in office, and has been in power since 1982. 19 candidates have signed up for the election, including former Prime Minister Bello Boba Maigari and Issa Chiroma Bakari. The definitive list of candidates will be announced in early August. Well, it is time for Sport News. Tato Khosimori on standby.